Well, we are now live. As I told you, we would have a special guest. I was afraid to tell you that it was actually Big Bird because the moment I said Big Bird, it's going to be like, oh, my big, I can't tell you how hard it was to get an interview with Big Bird because, of course, as you guys know, Big Bird got the whoopee cushion this week. And so, what do you have to say, Big Bird?
Well, hey, everybody. I just wanted to let you know that I am so excited because I got a raise this week. I'm going back to work. I got publicity all over the calendar. I am just living it up here on Sesame Street.
Now, but I feel like that means you did it more for because you were kind of like no one ever was talking about Big Bird. And you're back on the scene. I feel like now you've got 3 offers with Warner Brothers for a movie. Netflix is doing the whole like, what happened to Big Bird? And then there's this whole like Snuffleupagus documentary. Did you really take it just because, you're going to get a lot of publicity out of it or what?
Well, I mean, it helps that they gave me a big bonus for telling all the children it's the right idea to get the whoopee cushion.
What does it feel like to be on Sesame Street and sell your soul? Like, is that going to be part of the new Sesame Street thing? Sell your soul on Sesame Street. Is it like a new thing?
I mean, we just like to keep it light and happy and tell the children what to think, do, and feel with their lives, like always.
What about the Oscar the Grouch? Because I feel like did he take the whoopee cushion? I feel like he might have because he's grouchy anyway. But I'm just curious because now I want to know like who on Sesame Street.
They're actually thinking about canceling Oscar the Grouch because he is the only one who refuses.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. Why would anybody refuse? Why would he refuse to do it?
I think he's tired of being the only one who's grouchy on the show all the time.
Someone told me that people come across as angry when they're truthful. Seems like, Oscar the Grouch represented in the show the only one that actually spoke the truth. What do you feel about that? And can you stop dancing for a second or no?
No, you know what? I am just so happy. I feel like you're not honoring and respecting my choice to tell children what they should be doing.
That's
so
right.
We'll just conclude it here.
Poppy. Pepe. Poppy. Pepe. Poppy. Pepe. I'm Poppy. Pepe. I'm Poppy. Pepe. I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy. Pepe.
Don't complain. Stop yelling, all you chatters in the way. I know. It's time to react because it's down, but it's gonna get paid. Time to change.
There's a lot of people that believe in the Bible. Then what is that?
Races.
Is that just another one of these stories? Did they copy the Bible or did the Bible copy them? No idea if this is what? That pisses people off when you say anything about we didn't go to the moon or flat Earth. We didn't go to the moon, flat Earth? Okay. Denial. It's the first stage of grief is denial. True. Really? Would a woman say that? Well, that's part of it as well. That makes you feel, whether it's your husband, your wife, your kids, they're going to remember this. And so all of us remember that Mandela, didn't I?
The reason why it is the frequency of love. It's the common factor that.
Who gets the house? Who gets the basement in the divorce? That's what I want to know. The moon, every freaking 4 days, it's a super blood wolf, crazy green, yellow, blue, purple moon. My career would be over if I did that. You see how it's a different game with different choices? This is so much like the simulation we live in right now. I have an experience like where the world's been in lockdown and there's military coming in the residential streets, and I was maybe a little angry, but I kind of like it. I really don't, because they want us to feel afraid because we're going to be shamed by the normal community of mainstream if you say anything. And I don't care. Shame me. Do it.
Out of your quiver, you're not ruling anything out.
Good morning. Sunday morning, We have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. Good morning. Sunday morning.
To mobilize true international effort to pressure.
What?
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
Oh, really? Oh, Pebble. I think you don't care what I think, hey? Pebble. Pebble. You certainly do. Oh. But Pebble. I sure hope you're not like this tomorrow. I really. Pebble.
No. Yeah, of course. Sorry. Just a few questions regarding masks. Do I wear a mask in a shopping centre? Yes, Jason. Of course you do. Right, but there is a lot of space. You could probably social distance. What about a cafe? Oh, you don't have to wear it in a cafe. Don't be stupid. What if I go to the cinema? You must wear a mask in the cinema. It's a matter of public health. What are you, stupid? Do you want to infect the whole country? In the cinema, you wear a mask. Okay, I'm sorry. Wait, Jason. Did you order popcorn? Yeah, of course. What's a movie without popcorn, hey? Well, then that's fine. You can eat your popcorn for the whole movie with your mask off. Right, okay, so when I'm eating, I don't have to wear a mask. That is correct, Jason. So do I have to wear a mask on a plane? Yes. But if I'm eating? No. In a gym? Yes, Jason. If I'm exerting myself? No. So all of the places I have to wear a mask, if I'm eating, it's fine. Must be safe at all times, Jason. Unless you're eating, because people have to eat. And drinking. You don't have to wear a mask if you're having a drink. So you never wear a mask then? What did you say, Jason? Nothing. What about at a concert? A human nature... what about at a concert? A human nature concert? Well, Jason, you have to sit down in your seat. And there's no dancing. Unless you want to dance in your seat. Then you can dance. Oh, okay. So I can sing along to the tunes from my seat as well? Oh, Jason, there'll be no singing. That spreads germs, Jason. Oh, okay. What about the guys on stage? Of course they're singing, Jason. They're singers, you idiot. Okay. Because it's very noisy at a concert like that, can I yell loudly to my friends? Don't see a problem with that at all, Jason. Right, so no singing, but yelling loudly is fine. Okay, right. Would there be anything else, Jason? Oh, one more thing. Just if you're sick, what do you do if you're feeling a bit sick? Jason. If you have any symptoms at all, you stay at home. You don't go to work and you don't leave your house. But you also need to go and get a test. And line up for 4 hours with lots of other people trying to get a test. Coughing and spluttering in the queue. Do that. It's a matter of public health, Jason. I'm going home. Goodbye.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna get rid of Big Bird, and I just want you guys to know Big Bird has decided this evening to be my friend, to literally be my friend. And you guys know what that means when you get to be my friend. It's kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. If anyone wants to, you can, but this is what you get to experience. I like to call this, can I be your friend?
Oh, I see you have a Keurig. Can I be your friend? Oh, I see you have a hairstyle. Can I be your friend? Oh, I see you have compost. Can I be your friend? Oh, I see you have a nickname. Can I be your friend? Oh, I see you have a girlfriend. Can I be your friend?
Tell it to the rest of the world.
We got to get rid of Big Bird. We got to get rid of Big Bird. I have people over and they've never seen these little snippets that I add. So sorry if you guys have seen them a million
What do you mean
times.
get rid of him?
What? Well, no, because we're done. We're done
Oh.
with we're done with Big Bird. Like we've got to, you know, we've got to set up something else and not Big Bird. It's got to be.
He very firmly said he was ready to leave.
Because Big Bird is no longer trending. We heard from Big Bird. We appreciate Big Bird.
Do you have a
It's
peacock
now-
in the fold? That's what I want.
No, I just think this is it. It's a cartoon world. So here we go. Let's see what we look like as a cartoon. And this is it. Hi, sexuals. Welcome to tonight's live stream. We do have someone that we are going to bring on board who's an attorney who has a few things to say about the whoopee cushion exemptions. Obviously, the moment we talk about that, we will be transforming and portaling to platform of freedom. Crazy as that seems, but that's where we're at now. This reality, it's freedom of speech. So, you know, this is what we got to do, and we're good with that. So, in this transition, when I get this attorney here to speak a little bit about the whoopee cushion and the exemptions and all that, I would just like us to focus on the news, and that, let's be honest, we kind of feel like something wrong right now. Don't you think?
We have new information now also on the plane crash. KTVU has just learned the names of the 4 pilots who were on board the flight. They are Captain Sum Ting Wong, Wee Tu Lo, Ho Li Fook, and Bang Ding Ao. The NTSB has confirmed these are the names of the pilots on board Flight 214 when it crashed. We are working to determine exactly what roles each of them played during the landing on Saturday.
Part of this. Make me a character right now.
Wait, here you are. Wait. Hold on. Let me. Wait. Whoa, you're still normal. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't
let me
look
plug
anything
in
like
the
you.
light. Let me plug in the light here.
Oh, yeah.
18,000 cords that we've just been hooking up, and we are gonna put on the. Wow! Look at that. Huh? I see what you like. I was like, come on. Oh, look at me.
Oh, it don't make a difference.
Look at that. Oh my God. We are
Okay.
the Fantastics, or what is it? What was it? Incredibles. The Incredibles.
Let's go. Roll this.
The Incredibles right now. This is exactly what it needs to be. All right. So we're going to why Big Bird has left the room. She's got very RIP Captain Wee. We're gonna just give a little thank you. We're gonna give a little homage. I know I don't have this. This looks very impressive, but it doesn't. The microphone doesn't work that well. No, that's too. Oh yes, this is officially Birdman. He's known as Birdman in Sedona. And he has a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge, cartoon world, because we are in a cartoon world. This is why I do this. Most of the time, we have to understand that. Cartoon Rachel and Cartoon Birdman. What do you want to be known as?
Chancellor Flo.
You know what that means? Chancellor Flo?
Chancellor Flo.
Is that a cartoon name? Can we vote on that, Chancellor Flo?
Well, it's kind of the divine name given to me in the position of my church, Church of Adventure. I'm
So
Chancellor Flo.
Church of Adventure. I love the Church of Adventure because we are all on a divine adventure. And he has a few things to share, which we'll be sharing on another platform. But I just wanted we're going to spend about 10 more minutes getting people on board here. So then we can have a little fun, a little conversation, get real with the deal, what's going on here in our reality and what's happening. Okay. So you got to watch out for Zuckerberg. Chancellor Flo into house. Once again, you're awesome. Birdman, Steppenwolf, Toon World. That's
Good to see you,
awesome.
kid.
Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah. If you can't speak freely, then you're simply not free. Ooh, I like that. If you can't speak freely, then you're simply not free. You can't make this shit up. That's what we were talking earlier tonight about, if we are going to actually continue in this crazy dimension. And it is. Why don't we meet them at their game, but up level it? Meaning the worst thing we can do is lift the vibration to a level where we can have fun with it, but still be on course, right? We're going to have fun with it because that's the worst thing the devil can be, is mocked. This is what I have heard. Do not mock the devil. It is very offensive. He or she or it doesn't like that. So I would like to partake in acknowledging what's going on. Look at him. Look how he's reading the comments. Look at his eyes. He's like,
Me, no, I'm listening to every word.
I know you are, but I love watching you in a cartoon way.
I should be reading the comments.
Okay. Oh, you're not?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I'm gonna start.
My God.
I was just mesmerized.
Wow,
by what you were saying. I was trying to be present.
Wow, you're present.
Well, I'm playing the game of chess.
I love that. Right? You said I was good at chess. You did say that earlier tonight. You're like, wow, you're really good at. What did you mean by that?
Well, I mean, you have to be thinking of strategy. Right?
Like one step ahead, one chess game ahead.
Like 5 steps ahead. I mean, the first strategy is maybe 1 step ahead.
Yeah.
But if you think about
God, you look so cute as a cartoon. I feel like we should have our own TV series as and the cartoon to be called Birdman.
I think we
Fantasticals Birdman.
I think we just put that into action.
I'm serious. Look at how fun it is when you speak as a bird. Okay, go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm just trying to put the microphone on so we can have better sound.
Well, so I'm gonna lay out this idea of chess, the game of chess. If you haven't played the game of chess, some of these analogies might not make sense to you. But if you have, you'll realize that that's kind of like what life is like.
Right.
You have to think about your next move,
right?
But you can't really think about the move ahead of that until the other side responds to you, right? So as we're dealing with these silly situations right now, as it relates to taking care of our own health care,
right?
Some of us want to be thinking, 2-3 steps ahead, like, well, I'm going to resist that because I'm going to claim it as a religious exemption,
right?
But the reality is, like, you just gave up 3 steps in the chess game. Like, you made it so that your opponent didn't have to move your pawn out of the way, or you didn't have to move your pawn out of the way. And you're dealing with something 3 steps ahead, when in reality, you should just say, I'm not going to discuss anything about my healthcare, let alone would I take a shot.
A whoopee cushion. We call it whoopee cushion here on YouTube. It's whoopee cushion.
I keep slipping.
It doesn't matter. Whoopee cushion.
Yeah, we're working on the rules.
But it is. I think it's more about raising the vibration of humanity right now, because we are in a time where I do feel like it might be running out. Time is running out. We don't have a lot of time to actually come together and create the reality that we want. And what is the reality that you want, being an attorney and knowing what you know?
So time is kind of a synonym for fear in my world.
You mean
well, whenever we think about time, we think about running out of it.
Yes, this is true.
Which creates fear,
right.
Which creates the basis in my opinion, for all the mess that we're in. Like, we're not going to have enough time. We're going to run out. So we got to
Right.
do something to fix the moment. And
Right.
all of a sudden we're chasing elusive dreams, other people's opinions.
Yes. Don't you think that this time that we're living in is bringing forward the ones that were really afraid of what people thought initially? I mean, I think of my friends right now and my family, and the ones that were ruled by the outer world, and the ones that either you were okay, you were not, you had a PhD, the initials behind your name, you were kind of married to the idea of what society thought of you. And I think that I was blessed with losing everything, gaining everything, and losing everything in the same year. I lost my job, my home, my career. In the same year that I gained a TV show, my dream job, my dream boyfriend, and a home. So knowing that I can gain and lose that, it personally for me, it made me not as attached to the impermanence of what reality presents us with. It's not permanent. Everything, the only thing consistent is change. If you can marry change, I don't mean like quarters, pennies, digital currency, whole nother topic. I'm just saying, if you can be okay with letting go of thinking that what you have now will last forever, and you can be comfortable with the comfortability with impermanence.
That's a topic and a half.
Being comfortable with impermanence. It's time to send Gary says it's time to send the superficiality out of the window. Yep.
Okay.
7 syllables, people. How about that? Just be yourself and don't let this reality clinch freak you out. Clinch freak, new word. Be uncomfortable. This is a good one. Be uncomfortable with uncomfortable. Isn't that like one of the best? That would be a book in itself. Be uncomfortable with uncomfortable. I love that. I love it. So what say you about that?
Well,
Birdman.
I say that it is time for people to stop being shy about stepping up in their truth.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, I think some of the people I've been working with this week who have been resisting speaking their truth because they feel like they're going to lose their job.
They're going to lose their employment. They're going to lose their abundance. They're going to lose
their ability to provide for their family.
Exactly. Right.
And so because of that, they have decided that it might make more sense for them to just agree to get the whoopee cushion. It's easier. They don't have to worry about things. They're going to go along with what everyone else is doing.
And by going along with what everyone else is doing, you are accepted by society, and therefore you feel loved. And I do believe that there's a lot of people that have not felt loved in their childhood. They have not felt loved in general. And so the only way they can feel accepted and loved is to go with the flow, to go along with what people say to do. This is why trending, when, it's cool to wear this, it's cool to wear this. The trending thing is really a universal agreement that you are fitting in, therefore you're accepted and loved, because ultimately people just want to feel accepted and loved. And it comes down to that primal need to be seen and heard.
Well, and that's a component of it from my perspective, because on the other side of it, I think that there is a need for people to just feel fit in. Right. Like they don't want to be a resistance maker. They don't want to object to what they think everybody else wants to do. And so even if their nature or their gut resists that, they might just go along with it. Like I have a client I'm working with right now who, she knows in her heart that she does not want to sit on the whoopee cushion.
Yeah, right.
However, she is also the primary breadwinner for her family, And she feels that if she doesn't just go along with the program and sit on the whoopee cushion, that it's going to be a conflict for her family. She's not going to be able to provide for her family.
Yeah.
And
so what, to me, the big question, I think, outside of the whoopee cushion or Democratic or Republican is what is and who is your abundance? Now, I've had the blessing and curse to, like I said, lose everything, gain everything, lose everything. My average day was not knowing how to survive. My average day was being rejected by 4 different companies when I would audition and give everything. So I feel like, not saying poor me, I'm saying it gave me a spiritual tool. It strengthened the spiritual muscle inside of me to be able to take on the next thing. So when the pandemic hit and all this stuff was happening and they're like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm like, that's my Wednesday. Like, I didn't know how ever. But what it made me believe, and by believe, I mean, not a thought, not an idea, not hope, but a knowing, because through experience, and that was, I always, when I had faith and I lived in my integrity, landed on my feet, and it was almost like jumping out of the plane and the parachute always opened because my parachute was trusting in God. And I think that outside of all of this shit that we can talk about with the conspiracy, the vaccine, this and that, blah, 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 and Fauci and all these evil players and Bill Gates, and they are all playing a role in this virtual reality game that, by the way, we look like cartoons. Why don't you just show your face, Rachel? Because I'm proving to you that the universe is malleable. We're in a cartoon show. And so let's be in the cartoon, but let's also understand the point. And that is, who are you in this? Who are you showing up as? Are you standing for truth? Are you trusting in God? Are you trusting in the invisible more than the visible? Because that is the question. We're all going to die. We don't get out of that. Even though the AI is trying to say, we'll live forever. No, we're going to leave this body. So when we do, are you able to say, when you leave the body and go into that next place, and someone might ask you, who did you trust? I gave you chance and chance again and again. I even created a pandemic so you could be tested in the ultimate way to say, do I trust my gut, my heart, and my God, knowing that my abundance lies in God, not a corporation, not a dude that signs my paycheck? Trust in the abundance, because when you do that, you will be.
Are you going to trust in a doctor who has a license, who's sworn to a set of allegiance, a set of rules, that he knows or she knows what's best for your own healthcare? That doesn't make sense. I mean, you intuitively know if you just listen to yourself, but we've gotten trained and conditioned to listen to professionals, to listen to licensed individuals tell us what's best for us. Even though in our gut, we've so often thought, that just doesn't sound right. But do we listen to that? No. We just go along with the licensed professional or the trained theologian at the head of the pulpit, the preacher of the gospel, the teacher at the front of the church. We don't listen to our gut. We don't have this, what I call modern day superhero strength of common sense. It seems like a lost art. Instead, we listen to professionals and we listen to people tell us what we're supposed to think, what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to act, what's best for us. And then we sit in our chair and we complain and gripe and moan that we don't agree with what the professionals are telling us. How about we just take ourselves out of that jurisdiction of professionals, of licensed individuals, and we govern and rule over ourselves? This is what I call the 7-foot bubble theory. So you take the circumference of your heart and the 7 feet around it, and you get it to vibrate at this frequency that will be and make you immune of all the things that you're enduring in life, all the people that are approaching you, right? And that becomes what you're worried about. Nothing else, nobody else. And you encourage other people to think that same way. You take care of your 7-foot bubble. I take care of my 7-foot bubble. And that's the end of the story. So no more you telling me what to do. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. We just take care of ourselves. That's what I believe is the healing of where we're going. and I'm getting some feedback. You guys got to shut that down because I'm getting feedback and I can't think clearly. But anyway,
we were just making sure that you're coming across clearly, and it sounds so good. Like the fucking everything is on. Just keep going, man. Preach it, man. Preach, because we're going, amen. Your daughter's like, Dad's in the house. What? Okay, keep going. Keep on.
So bottom line is the 7-foot bubble theory has you taking care of yourself, not worrying about other people. And when other people resist what you're up to in your own 7-foot bubble, you have to have some backbone. You have to stand up against that. And you have to say, look, I'm taking care of myself. I don't need you. I don't need your input, your statistics, your scientific data. It's questionable. Okay. I mean, we're not getting accurate information from any source these days. You can take any statistic or any position and get the statistics to match your position. Okay. We can't trust the information that we're given to ourselves by other people, which is why you have to take control and take initiative over your own 7-foot understanding of all the things. Stop relying upon licensed individuals. I'm telling you, that is the crux of the matter. The licensed counselor, the licensed attorney, which I've been a professional license collector in my life. Okay. I have a law license. It's active. I've had a contractor's license. I've had an electrical contractor's license. I've had a real estate license. I've had a brokerage license. I started a bank, so I got a license from the FDIC. From the Office of the Comptroller of Currency to start a bank. I know all about collecting licenses. All that means is you have to pass a test and know the answer to a certain set of questions and provide a theoretical experience level. And all of a sudden, you're licensed in our country. And that's how doctors become licensed. That's how insurance agents become licensed. These people that control our day-to-day activities because of the input of what they're taught through their licensureship. This is who we entrust all education, okay, so a doctor, right? If you put them at the top of the food chain as it relates to what our culture experiences as the top licensed individuals, right? They pay the most for their education. They get the most education in terms of years of schooling. And then at the end of all that, they take a test to swear to their license, which allows them to practice medicine in our country. And they restrict their understanding to the regulations of their licensureship board. And so guess what? If you'd like to consider things outside of that license or outside of that educational program, they're not allowed to talk to you about that. It would be against their license, and they could lose their license for recommending things like Chinese medicine, herbal medicine, plant medicine, God-given grown herbs. Those things are not even within their ability to discuss with you. In fact, I think, as far as I can tell, that license that they get really directs them to prescribe pharmaceuticals. and AKA in my world, poison, man-made mimics of the God-made herbs and plants that can really heal. And they've put them into a patent so that they can make money off of it. And once they get you connected to it, they tell you it's really going to be difficult to come off of this. You'll probably be on it for the rest of your life. And if we don't think that that becomes part of the programming that has put us in the position that we're in today, that we're just listening to what we're told by professionals that have licenses and we're not questioning it, it's time to like wake up and take another look, because what's going on is all about the license. Until we understand that we got to stop going to the licensed professionals to get an understanding of what we really want to do or what we need to do, we're going to be stuck in this loop. And I'm going to use one more example, which might seem quite shocking to some. But if you think about the license of your CPA, of your financial professional, the one that we all pay for, almost all pay for, it's a license that requires that you give all of your information, all of your personal data, your bank account information, your what they describe as income information, all of this personal information that's collected by your CPA and distributed to the government every year. And it's the only thing they can do with that license is tell you, you need to file an income tax. You need to file your information with the IRS every year. Have you ever once heard your CPA, your licensed professional, say to you, hey, did you know there might be other things you could do besides give all of your personal information to the IRS every year? They're all legal. They're all legitimate. I'm telling you.
License.
I like that quote.
Man.
Steppenwolf.
License. Yeah.
That's exactly right. There are other options. There are other options. That's all I'm going to say. You know, people don't want to accept these things because they've been running in the program. They've been subjected to licensorship. Again, remember, I'm not telling you this from the perspective of somebody who doesn't understand licenses. I have several. I still use them. I go in and out of what I will call the matrix, the world of licensorship and the ability to use that license. And then there's another jurisdiction which doesn't require licenses. And it's not for everybody, but if you start to be a student of it, it's fun. It's like chess. It's kind of going from the checkerboard to the chessboard, and then from the chessboard to the 3D chess world. There's a whole nother set of rules. And if you learn how to play by that game, it's super fun.
It's so brilliant. How great is this? How great that I brought like somebody who is way better at the cartoon face. Look at like him, like the whole with the hair. That's what it looks like in general. You didn't. I'm looking at the average female, but this is, and bringing and dropping such truth. So let's hear what the comments are right now. Is someone says H&R Block don't see it that way. What's your response to that?
Well, so H&R Block would be a licensed entity. First of all, it's set up as a licensed entity, which puts it into the system, if you will, or the matrix. And so that means that all the rules that they're going to advise any clients that come to them by are going to be rules of the matrix. Okay. Or another word for me to explain that would be the rules of civil procedure, or the statutes, the rules of law that we've all subjected ourselves to, and we voluntarily put ourselves under that jurisdiction. You can remove yourself from that jurisdiction and you can play rules of a different game.
So that's some Spock kind of shit. That's some owning your sovereignty, but it takes a little bit of education.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
It
And that's
so
fine. And
makes
that's
sense
fine. It's
as
fine. But
soon
it's
as you
like,
jump in
but
to
we all,
understand.
now people are waking up, and that's why I think I've been banned from most every platform. And I bet even after tonight, the YouTube banned from. But what I think the powers that be are afraid of is that there's such a mass waking right now. I was telling him earlier, I'm listening to Howard Stern because I do like Howard Stern. Don't judge me. I fucking like him. And he's married to an animal activist, and she's amazing. She's like a saint. But the point is, I'm listening to him talk because the only way I can hear the other perspective, and I think it's important we always be open to the other perspective. Once you become closed-minded, then you're going to get shut down in general of opening your mind to experimenting and playing with the idea of maybe we're wrong and they're right. I always do that. Maybe we're wrong and they're right. And I said to him at dinner tonight, maybe we're wrong and they're right. Maybe, let's just say maybe the vaccine is the best thing ever. Maybe it's secretly
The whoopee cushion.
I'm sorry, the whoopee cushion. God, I can't believe that. Maybe the whoopee cushion is the best thing ever, and it will save us from something we don't know about. And so it's kind of like a secret. Let's just try to convince them to take it because it will eventually save humanity. So I go there completely. I literally go there in my mind completely. And then I try to put myself as a host, as an actor, as an entertainer. You embrace that character like we're doing. Although Birdman,
I can't embrace that.
I know,
position,
but I know,
understand how
but
you
what I like to
might
do is like
for
at least
purposes-
experience it, and then the only thing that stops me and it literally stops me from moving forward in that position is, so let's say you are taking the role of you don't ever take the whoopee cushion, and I am like, but you gotta take it. Why don't you just take it? Whatever, take it. The only thing that stops me is if I was saying, yes, you have to, I would never, ever, ever oppose a conversation about it. So I relate this to a relationship. Like, let's say we're in a relationship and I am not cheating on you at all. But then you say, but what about last night and blah, 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 blah. And I said, you're banned from speaking. It's like, no, we should be able to have a conversation about anything we disagree about. So that's what stopped me, because what I realized is that however you feel about taking it or not taking it, there should be open dialogue. All right. Now, and then if you go, well, there's misinformation. We don't want misinformation. Guess what? YouTube allows entire videos about flat earth. There were no dinosaurs. I mean, shit that's like I don't know, misinformation, because now I'm wondering about, but I'm just saying,
Well, anything you hear from your government, you have to wonder about.
Exactly. So just all I'm saying is,
here's
are
what
you
I
allowed, are
challenge
you allowed
people
to
to
question it?
Have
Are
you
allowed to
have
question
you? Let's see in the comment section.
Yeah.
Tell me something
Yeah.
that you know your government has told you truthfully.
Look, someone said Chancellor Flo on point.
No, I mean I'm being
Okay, so
I'm
the
being
question
serious.
is, ask them the question. They're very ADD,
So
so ask them the
as
question.
opposed to the question of like, does your government lie to you?
Yeah,
I would like to know something that the government has told us the truth about.
Wow.
I mean, seriously.
So the question is, what has the
stories-
government ever told us?
In other words, the fact or the
that's a
percentage
tough one.
chance that
Let's do
they're
it.
misleading us now is much greater than the percentage chance that they're telling us the truth about this.
So someone said it's half truths. It's all BS now. Always has been. And then someone said Harry Holler. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Well, the point is, like, I don't think we're going to get anybody to say, "Oh, the government is our source for truth,"
or told us truth about this.
I mean,
or
they're known for lying to us. That's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I have it that's what they're doing in our textbooks. That's what they teach our kids in school right now. They're lies about events such as what we're going through right now in the past, right? I mean, imagine what they're going to tell in the historical records about the last 3 years.
Well, this is what I'm saying. It's going to be erased, like the burning books. There was burning of books back in the day, and by the way, before that, they burned the witches that were trying to tell the burning of books and the erasing of content on Google. Which, by the way, follow the money. Always follow the money.
This reminds me of my
Yes.
daughter's favorite story book in high school.
Yeah.
What was the name of that book, Sydney? Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit
Fear.
491 and 51. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, and it was a book about
Fahrenheit
451
451
by Ray Bradbury.
Okay, well, now I gotta look it up because
And
daughter's a starseed. We have to listen
what it
to
was
her.
about was a
Looking it up.
community where they burned all the books, and they had it that because they were
There it
burning
is.
up history. Yeah, it
There it
was a
is.
very popular book, and it was required reading for her in high school.
Dude, what high school did she go to that would actually have her be awake in the?
Oh.
But the fact that was even like is it a movie? It, apparently on HBO, it's a movie that came out in 2018. Just so you know, it was a. Oh God. Okay, so can't play it because then I'm banned from copyright. But there is, there is a book, and I'll actually put the link in there because what did you learn from that?
History will repeat itself unless people take the burden, in some ways a burden, but a radical choice to carry on information. All the books were being burned.
Say that so they can hear.
So
her.
so that
What- say what
history
she's just
will
said.
repeat itself
Mhm.
if books aren't written in a sense that it can carry on information from the past, because history will say it one more time, Sydney.
Yeah, it says the book didn't do the movie justice. The movie is horrible.
Yeah, so people have seen it, they understand.
No, but she said history will repeat itself unless we fucking step to the plate and change it, kind of thing ish.
Yeah.
It takes some work and some diligence and some radical action.
Ooh, I told you she was a starseed. You gave birth to a starseed. You must have some good sperm in there somewhere. Oh, you know what? We don't have a licensed doctor to tell, but I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. No, but like she said the most accurate thing that. By the way, we all know this. We've been talking about this for years. This is not new, but if history is repeating itself, and I did a live stream about a week ago where I showed Walter Cronkite, and this is only, I think, like 15 years ago. He's talking about swine flu and how everyone has to wear a mask. That I showed you guys that, and of course got banned. And you can't look at the past because the past is going to repeat itself, and they don't want you to know it'll repeat itself. So. But this is kind of how I have empathy for my parents. They grew up with actual journalism. And Walter Cronkite was actually doing an episode on 60 Minutes about swine flu. And they used Mary Tyler Moore, a very famous actress, and they lied and said she took the whoopee cushion for swine flu.
Right. Yeah.
And she was like,
wait, they lied about
they
that?
lied about it.
Oh
But
my gosh, that's such a shocker.
promote it.
Wow.
And then when they interviewed her, she's like, I was told no. And then later she did take the whoopee cushion for swine flu. And then because her doctor told her to, and the interview was her saying, I took it because my doctor told me, and guess what? It was so horrible. And my doctor came back and said, you never should. Like, there was this whole honest journalism that it doesn't exist today.
That won't be allowed.
That won't be
out on
allowed
airwaves
today.
because they're censoring it,
Mhm.
which goes back to your point.
Sponsored
Why
by
can't
Pfizer. Sponsored by Pfizer.
And why can't you discuss your decision?
Why?
If you have a decision, then so be it. But let's talk about it. Not just say, that's my decision. I'm not talking about it.
Exactly. And so you and I talked earlier about the sperm that got away. What sounds like if you labeled that in a live stream, we'd have a lot of followers. The sperm that got away. The sperm that got away was Joe Rogan. He was doing podcasts, and he and I were doing stand-up comedy in the same clubs. And then he started hosting TV. So did I. And he hosted a thing called Fear Factor, and it was blah, blah, blah. And then he just started doing podcasts, and he just didn't stop. And he kept going. And then
Podcast extraordinaire.
yeah, he was
really
like one of the
has. Yeah,
first.
this is great.
And then he started talking about uncomfortable things, bringing people on and whatnot, and then kind of got a little more attention. The point is, when he talked about things that were truly uncomfortable for sponsored by Pfizer, they banned him from YouTube. So he took a deal for $100 million, went to Spotify, and now does his podcast on Spotify. So now what that means is that he is out of the, and I'm going to say this because I was owned by, I'm not going to say the company, but I was on ABC for 5 years, and they told me what I could say and what I couldn't say. I couldn't do stand-up comedy for 5 years. And they also, I went against them a few times when I spoke up for animals, because I said, you can fire me because I didn't come here to be bought and sold. I came here for the animal stuff. So anyway, another podcast. But point is, Joe Rogan got through the system and then is challenging a gigantic corporation. CNN, hugely sponsored by Pfizer. And so I don't know why.
Who's CNN sponsored?
CNN sponsored by Pfizer.
Pfizer.
And weirdly,
Did Pfizer just have the most corporate profit in one quarter?
Oh no, they made more money this year than any other company in the world. So I always follow the money. This is how I know my TV show wouldn't get picked up. I broke up with my producers. They didn't know they'd get picked up. I said, let me do a little research. 18 clicks. Hashtag found out who owned and who bought and hedge funds. And I won't say the company, but I found out who bought them. Hashtag China. So that's basically, I knew we weren't going to get picked up.
We're equal opportunity podcast here, by the way. Nothing against.
No, I love China. China's great. China's awesome. Ish. Could be.
Awesome.
Did I just sell my soul? All my life I didn't. I just did now.
I like the people.
The human.
I like the people.
The humans are
love
great.
the people.
Yep.
The Chinese people.
Good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Now, saying that, I'm going to just cut to a moment. And by the way, this is just because I have my master's in spiritual psychology. I like to look at the moment someone's lying. It's fascinating to me. Like the Bill Gates with the arms and the lizard hands and the fucking, and every time he's asked a question, he's like, can't talk, drinking coffee. Like literally they ask him a question. He's like, just have this coffee right here. I need to drink right now. I love it. It's entertaining and fascinating. So just let's look at Sanjay Gupta as the main doctor for CNN. The main doctor. Super hot, by the way. Just on a side note. On a side note, I'm just saying.
It's not relevant.
I know, but it's okay. It's a perspective. Anyway, he and I, when I saw him on Joe Rogan, you see the
stop.
I'm just saying you see the unscripted Sanjay. I'm just saying I'm not about him being hot. He's unscripted on Joe Rogan, meaning Joe Rogan got the, oh my God, we're up to 40. That's a large spot. That means I'm going to be taken down in an hour. The 40 is the largest amount of people we've ever had. Maybe it's the black and white thing.
Well,
black is trending right now.
There is a new element involved here because now if they take us down, I'm going to claim it's because.
Oh yeah, dude, I love this. No, it's good. No, it's true. It's true.
Well, I mean, it is. It might not be having anything to do with race, but it's still discrimination. It's the topic. It's the topic.
It's the topic.
That's what they're discriminating
against. It's the topic.
It's not okay.
It's not.
Anyway, keep going.
Love it. I love it. I'm so glad. That's why I feel like they have the numbers are going to go crazy right now. So the point is this: Sanjay Gupta, just a fun word to say, but that's his actual name.
And never mind that he's attractive.
But main doctor for CNN.
Yeah, right.
And so whenever they turn to anything about health, it's Sanjay Gupta is here on the scene. Well, for some reason.
Have you ever seen him put his feet behind his head? I'm just curious. Like with a name like that, I think he'd be really good at yoga. I'm just curious.
You told me to stop talking about it. And now you're talking about it. Okay, you digress.
Sorry.
So, Sanjay Gupta was kind of put in a corner in a beautiful way because Joe Rogan, if you don't know Joe Rogan, he's a multi-million-dollar podcaster who now is on Spotify, right? And he talks about everything and anything. I mean, what I'm talking about, he interviewed Elon Musk. Everyone wants to be on Joe Rogan. He's like the big time podcaster now because he.
Except for me, just to clarify, just real quick, I just want to make the point known. I might invite Joe Rogan onto my show, but I have no desire to be on his. But anyway,
it's okay.
Because he's too popular for me.
Well,
friends of mine are on his show.
Popular, unpopular. Don't name drop.
Okay.
By
All
the
right,
way.
sorry,
Okay.
sorry, go.
Anyway, point is, so he got the C. Okay, he got the virus. He got the COVID. No, he did not get the whoopee cushion. That's the problem. Is that he didn't get the whoopee cushion, but he got the C, and he's like, did a whole Instagram. He's like, hey guys, I got it. I'm really, but you know what I'm doing? I'm taking the ivermectin.
I love the I word. I love the
I'm taking the ivermectin. I'm taking the
it's a saver.
And it's monoclonal antibodies. Anyway, he did a lot of the therapies that have been proven to work all over the entire world. And then he mentioned that. And guess what? He recovered in 5 days. Not only recovered, he's like, I've never felt better. And so everybody sponsored by Pfizer, they were freaking out. For what do we do? How do we make Joe Rogan seem like a conspiracy theory? How do we blah, 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 blah. So it's and then they called it horse medication. Now I happen to have a little experience with animals, having 5 years of a TV show on ABC about animals, and then my own TV series on Animal Planet. I might know a little bit about animals, and I'll tell you something. That is not just a horse medication, it's actual medication for people. But they didn't want to say that because therefore the pharmaceuticals would be the industry would be taken down. So let's just share a moment, and then we're gonna just for the last 30 minutes, we're gonna switch over to the brand new tube because we're already skating on very thin YouTube ice. So just so you guys know, we're gonna just switch over to for a second
put the video on.
Yeah. We're gonna share and I'm not sharing the video. I'm sharing the psychologist who breaks down the reaction of the video because that's gonna save me in the strike area.
Beautiful.
Okay, so here it goes. A communication professor reacts, and by the way, he reacts to a lot of other things, and he's got a killer channel that millions of views. He's reacting to Joe Rogan and Sanjay Gupta. Here we go.
Score of 10-9.
Here.
And the power dynamics between them. Rogan believes that CNN lied about him and he was personally defamed. From an educational standpoint, this is what it looks like when two people argue when one of them says they have been wronged and has verifiable facts, and the other person is put in a difficult position. At the end, I'll score this like boxing. A score of 10-9 means it was a close round, but the winner of that round gets 10 points, the loser gets 9. If there's a knockdown, then it's a 10-8 round. More than one knockdown, 10-7. If the guy doesn't get back up, then the fight is over. Maybe you will agree with my score, or maybe not. We'll pick it up where Rogan says CNN claimed inaccurately that he took horse dewormer to treat COVID.
Vaccinated on top of that.
By the way, I'm glad you're better. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
it only lasted a day.
You're probably the only one at CNN that's glad.
No. We're not.
The rest of them are all lying about me taking horse medication. And we should talk about that.
That bothered you.
It should bother you too. They're lying at your network about people taking human drugs versus drugs for veterinary.
Calling it a horse dewormer is not a flattering thing. I get that.
It's a lie. It's a lie on a news network, and it's a lie that's a willing. That's a lie that they're conscious of. It's not a mistake.
Yeah.
They're unfavorably framing it as veterinary medicine.
Well, Rogan starts in a lighthearted mood. This signals that he's willing to have an equal exchange. In conversations, we call this a symmetrical exchange. He's sending one across messages. You can either be in the dominant, submissive, or equal positions in a conversation like this. In most everyday conversations, people typically settle into an equal or symmetrical exchange. Rogan is not making any decisive power moves at the start. He's just sparring lightly and sticking out his jab. It gets more serious when he says the rest of them at CNN lied about me. This puts Gupta in a tough spot in terms of the old workplace politics. This is where he makes his first misstep. He responds as if he's Joe Rogan's therapist. He says, "That bothered you," as if he's responding to the end of Rogan's statement, "We should talk about that." With this comment, Gupta attempts to rotate the symmetrical or equal exchange to position himself in a dominant role. We call this a one-up move. Gupta's statement casts himself as the empathetic therapist and tries to cast Rogan in the role of patient, a submissive role. Rogan didn't appreciate that, and he snaps back, "It should bother you too." Rogan threw a hard jab and made first contact. That phrase, "that bothered you," that Gupta introduced becomes a conversational resource that Rogan is going to leverage. Rogan states directly that CNN's horse dewormer claim is a lie. Gupta tries to slip this punch too. He says it's not a flattering thing. He's attempting to reduce the offensiveness of what CNN did. That's a strategy from the area of research called image restoration. He's attempting to reduce the degree of negative feelings experienced by the audience. But Rogan does not need to meet Gupta in the middle and compromise and agree that it was merely unflattering. From his standpoint, Rogan is standing on the truth. He reiterates that it was a deliberate lie, but I am still not seeing a knockdown punch.
Unfavorably framing it as veterinary medicine.
Well, the FDA put this thing out. You saw that. Did you see that thing that the FDA put out?
What did the FDA put out?
It was a tweet, and it was snarky. I admit it. They said, "You are not a horse. You are not a cow. Stop taking this stuff," or something like that.
Why would you say that when you're talking about a drug that's been given out to billions and billions of people, a drug that was responsible for one of the inventors of it making
Nobel Prize.
the Nobel Prize in 2015?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
a drug that has been shown to stop viral replication in vitro. You know that, right? Why would they lie and say that's horse dewormer? I can afford people medicine, mother. This is ridiculous. It's just a lie.
I don't think anyone is.
But don't you think that a lie like that is dangerous on a news network when you know that they know they're lying? You know that they know that I took medicine. Like, here it is. This is ivermectin.
You got
This
it
is
with
right
you.
here. Somebody gave it to me.
All right, hang on. The thing is, we're like going so fast. Like I feel like I'm missing.
Do you think that's a problem that your news network lies?
Well, I don't.
Dude,
what did they say?
They lied
What did
and
they
said
say?
I was taking horse dewormer. First of all, it was prescribed to me by a doctor.
Yeah.
Along
They
with
shouldn't have said
a
it was horse.
bunch of
If-
other
if it was-
medications.
If you got a human pill, because there were people that were taking it, the veterinary medication, and you're not, obviously. You got it from a doctor, so that it shouldn't be called that. Ivermectin can be a very effective medication for parasitic disease, and as you say, it's probably I think what 250 million people have taken it around the world.
more,
I get that.
way more.
So
Way
but
more.
can-
Billions of people have taken it.
Can I just come back to the one I want to talk about? Two
No.
things on
You
the
have
ledger.
you have before we get to that. Does it bother you that the news network you work for out and out lied, just
Well-
outright lied about me taking horse dewormer?
They shouldn't have said that.
Why did they do?
Gupta tries here another image restoration strategy. He tries to shift the blame to the FDA. He is saying, in effect, another person or organization is responsible for the harm. The FDA said that first. Rogan doesn't let him get away with it. He makes his full case for the legitimacy of the drug he took. He's throwing punches in bunches with facts and statistics. To his credit, Gupta isn't arguing with the facts. He is trying to conversationally come alongside Rogan on the point that the drug really is for humans. But Rogan wants Gupta to acknowledge that CNN lied. Rogan is now fully tilting the power dynamics by using a series of one-up moves, pressing him with pointed questions, an assertive tone, a relentless pace, and piercing eye contact. The conversation is now completely asymmetrical. Gupta could have attempted to match Rogan's dominance and intensity with a shouting match, but ultimately, Rogan has the facts on his side, and Gupta knows it. There's no place for him to go in this conversation except into the submissive position. He begins losing his conversational agility. His utterances get jumbled. He's laughing nervously. Rogan then asks clearly, Do you think it's a problem that your news network lies, dude? As a spokesperson for CNN, Rogan wants Gupta to answer for this sin and repent, and answer for that condescending reply that Gupta introduced earlier. That bothered you. Rogan here is still flipping that back on Gupta. Rogan really emphasizes the word dude at one point. Gupta is a neurosurgeon, a professor of medicine. He's probably not used to being called dude. With this question worded and delivered in this way, Rogan lands that big right hook. Gupta clarifies the issue and admits in a couple of different ways, CNN should not have said it was a horse dewormer. But is this a knockout or just a knockdown? You may notice there's an important aspect of the question that Gupta didn't answer. Let's look at what happens next.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
You didn't ask? You didn't think that
I
was your,
didn't-
you're the medical guy over there.
I didn't ask. I should have asked before
But they
coming
did
on
it
your
with
podcast.
such glee.
No,
Yes,
Joe.
they did. I watched.
You watched?
I watched.
You watched? No, I don't think there's
Yes, they
glee.
did.
I don't. No one takes.
Joe Rogan says he has
She's taking-
COVID, taking livestock drug despite warnings. Yeah.
Jamie had to pull this up.
You want to
huh?
play it?
Does she? Does she?
This
have
is your
glee?
news network.
I'm gonna watch.
Let's see.
I'm gonna watch.
Rogan telling his 13 million Instagram followers that he was treated with several drugs, and he included ivermectin on the list, a drug used for livestock. The FDA and the CDC warn against using to treat COVID.
Turns out I got COVID. Look, they put a
So
yellow
we
filter on
immediately
me
threw
too.
the kitchen sink at it. All
They
kinds
did.
of meds,
You see the
monoclonal
original
antibodies,
video versus that? I look like there.
ivermectin,
Do you know that?
I think you look good.
Pause. Pause. It's enough.
prednisone.
I don't
That's
think.
enough, Jim.
I don't
But-
think Aaron had glee.
Oh well, it's more Brian Stelter was the gleeful one. But the point is, that's a lie.
It can be used for humans. I get it. I totally.
Not just could be used for humans, is often used for humans, along with all the other drugs I took, all human drugs.
Yes.
They know it's a human drug,
It's right. But
and they lied.
the thing.
It's defamatory.
It is. Yeah. They shouldn't have done that.
It's defamatory, right?
Well, I don't know if it's defamatory.
I bet it is.
Well, I'm not a lawyer.
It's
But-
a lie.
Well, see, here's the thing. You can have nuanced discussions about this.
No,
right?
you can't.
Yeah, you
You
can.
can't have nuanced discussions about lying about someone taking horseshoe
There
wormer.
was no glee, by the way, from her. She
Well,
was. I
I
don't think
didn't watch her.
anyone takes people's illness.
Oh yes, they do.
They don't want you to get
stop it.
sick, Joe.
Yeah.
Gupta took that big knockdown punch in the previous segment, but he gets back to his feet here because Joe Rogan changed his question very slightly from, do you think that it's a problem that CNN lied, to why did CNN lie? And that gives Gupta the wiggle room he needs to say, I don't know. His best answer yet. He is essentially letting himself off the hook. If the question is now, why did they say it? Gupta can't speak for other people. And Rogan, I believe, loosens up here deliberately. By this point, Rogan got just about everything he wanted. CNN's chief medical correspondent admitted that CNN got it wrong. They keep going, but this is a good stopping point because, relatively speaking, you can feel the intensity of the conversation go up and down and gradually return to a symmetrical pattern between equals. They sound more lighthearted again. I believe I even sensed a renewed respect for Gupta, that he was willing to disagree with CNN. I think Rogan said, like a boxer here, you felt my power, good enough. They're still sparring, and Gupta even achieved some symbolic counter punches here. The specific CNN segment Rogan showed didn't really demonstrate any glee. He diffused things a little more when he said, I'm not a lawyer. Gupta looks and sounds, by the end, that he's got some of his confidence back, and Rogan lets him finish the round. So let's go to the scorecard. I'm going to score this round 10-8. Rogan knocked him down and clearly won the round. There's no question. But did he knock Gupta out? No, but I don't think he wanted to knock him out. Gupta admitted that CNN was wrong, and that's the victory. I give Rogan credit for not grinding Gupta into a pulp when he could have. For Gupta's part, I respect the effort. He showed up on the podcast. He admitted CNN shouldn't have said what they said, but I'm scoring it 10-8 and not 10-7 because, first, he never used Rogan's phrase, they lied. He just said they shouldn't have said that. CNN might not like that, but that was good enough for Rogan. And second, he got up. He outlasted the much more humiliating questions. How does it feel to work for liars? Does that bother you that you work for liars? That was Gupta's own phrase that Rogan was using to punish him. But if you look back, he never answered that aspect of the question. He was smart enough to see that that would have been a total catastrophe. And instead, he lived to fight another day. My takeaway lesson for our own conversations is that it's best to be in a conversation that's an equal back and forth exchange. Don't go looking for power struggles. But if you are standing on the verifiable truth in a debate, there's no reason to compromise and meet people in the middle. How would you score the round? Was it a knockdown or a knockout? I'm not going to debate you, but feel free to comment below. And as usual, I'm not going to get into the political side of all of this. Also, let me know who else I should react to. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.
You can see we are in a studio atmosphere.
So this is a oh my goodness, so much information, a little too much information, but amazing, really good. Ugh.
We have virtual.
Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Weapon of mass destruction. So I like to post that, and the only reason I do is because the few that do get through, they get through the I don't know why it says live with StreamYard, by the way. That's must have not updated. My card must have not worked, and so doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So Harley says, I want the people to see the absolute conundrum that surrounds anything anyone CNN does or says. But that kind of is the best example that shows that it is all paid for. Paid for. Paid for. Paid for. Sponsored. Sponsored by. And I do really believe that that is why I was taken down off of the YouTube, because ultimately I said things that some like I told you guys last night, like I forgot I was dating someone. I literally forgot that I was like, wow, I forgot I was on Twitter, and then they just broke up with me. It's very weird. It's like I wasn't even that interested in seeing you again, and now you broke up with me. So here's the deal. We are going to, we're live right now on brand new tube, because while we were playing that video, I did my little magical thing that I had to do to go live on brand new tube. And now we are live on brand new tube. So that's my, yeah. Oh, careful. That's the yes and the no button. I'm going to put this here. Go here. Let's see. Okay, not really. Oh my God. So I bought a yes button and a no button. Yeah, and I have a no button as well. Like this. It's for my Taurus. You're gonna have to take one to find out what that's about. I literally just hand them the buttons. I just got them yesterday, but tomorrow I'm going to be handing them the buttons. So if I'm like, hey, is anybody cold back there? Do you need more air? And they could just press the button and be like, do you need more air? And they'd be like, yeah. Okay. That's a little too much information, but kind of fun though, right? So I would like to share something that I think you guys need to know about, only because I know all about the whole, green screen, right? This is why I'm showing up as a cartoon. Belinda asks, why would a doctor held in high regard act as a news doctor in Contagion? Wouldn't couldn't tell real from Memorex. I know. Well, it comes down to this. People can be bought and sold. It's it. That's it. That's it. They can actually
programming.
And that's, yes, he reminded me of that. It's years of programming, meaning, I'm looking at my family and I feel like there were zombies or whatever. It's just like, it's not their fault. It's no one's fault. It's the years of program. But why did we get the same amount of indoctrination, but then we weren't programmed? Why are the ones that see, and this is what I'll always ask till the day I die, why do some of us see it and others don't?
Well,
Birdman?
ironically, there's this term virus. It's in play. And
But this is before the virus. I'm talking the Mandela effect. People didn't see the changes.
Well,
they didn't even accept the fact that
I get it, but
you know what I mean?
But we're in a time, an era, and a period right now where things are more obvious. And in my opinion, this program has been running for an extremely long time. I mean, we have been getting
that's true.
We have been getting the message. Oh, take this, do this, but the side effects for doing it are way greater than the potential benefits from it. It's been on the side of tobacco cigarettes for years.
Right.
It's been on the side of pharmaceutical drugs for
Right,
years.
right.
And yet we've just become numb to it. We just do it.
We put the suntan lotion on to protect us from the sun, but Johnson & Johnson was just sued with a multi-million-dollar case for the actual protection you put on your body, which involved chemicals. Actually, for the first time yesterday, I looked up because I ran out of deodorant. So I need it because it sometimes gets hot here. So I looked up, what are the ingredients in deodorant? Do you know what I found out? Coconut oil, baking soda, and tea tree oil or something that has a little bit of a scent. That's it. So I tried that. And trust me, I sweat like crazy here. I never, ever, I didn't smell that little stinky deodorant smell. I didn't sweat. I literally combined coconut oil with baking soda. I did this, put it under my arms, just like this, like as I'm running out the door. Best deodorant I've ever worn. This is shit we just don't know. Isn't that crazy?
That's why we listen to professionals. We listen to people who think they know best. We've been trained to think that Procter & Gamble and all these corporate entities know best for our healthcare, know best about our cleaning supplies.
This is because they buy it and sell it, and then they own the networks that we watch, and then you watch TV and you think they're professionals because they have. I played a doctor on TV.
And they put patents on it.
Someone wants to know who's my friend. So people are joining now. So just give a little moment of who's
your friend, meaning me,
meaning you. Yeah.
Well, did I classify myself as your friend?
Never. I mean, we could talk about that.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, anyway, so
I take checks. I take Venmo to be my friend. Okay, go on.
Rachel and I met several months ago.
My birthday, actually.
It was your birthday.
February 16 of last year. So.
And it's because we are
9 months ago.
Hasn't even
that was
been a
my
whole
birthday.
Year?
Nope.
That doesn't seem right.
Feels
yeah,
weird.
but anyway, yeah.
Yep.
So we quickly connected because we're seeking truth. We're seeking to make a difference in our community. We're seeking to shed light on the lies that are being told to us on a regular basis.
Right.
Yeah. And so,
but who are you? When someone says, "Who are you?" He licensed in many things.
I have licenses.
And he was just showing me the emails he received tonight. And that's when we'll transition to brand new tube. The emails he got tonight from probably, I don't know, like 30, 40 people who are begging him for a solution because he's an attorney and he knows all about this shit.
So the way I like to categorize
exemption.
That
okay.
Is that I'm a coach. I'm a consultant. I'm helping people stand up for themselves,
right.
have some backbone in the midst of all the things that we're dealing with right now. So, you can't rely upon a licensed professional, including me, to solve your problems. I mean, you have to have what I call the new superhero power, common sense.
So how are you going to reply to all these people? I've seen the hundreds of emails that they've sent you asking, like one, you showed me the one earlier, for example, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm in this position. I need an exemption. How do I handle that? So you handle that, or you guide them or direct them or whatever?
So we're expanding and creating the response and the entity now, or the way that we're going to handle this as a community.
Right.
So because of economies of scale right now, I'm working mainly with groups of employers or employees, employees who are being mandated by their employers that they have to get vaccinated. I mean, sit on the whoopee cushion. However you want to word
whatever. Right. So you're dealing with a group of people that need it. And there is what's happened recently, and I don't think that they can take us down from the YouTube for this, but what's happened recently, like this is a factual thing, is that there has been an appeal court, a federal appeal going against the mandate of the Joe Biden
made up law.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not a law.
Right. So that's why it's turned into the federal appeal court, because that's legal. And what he's saying is not. So that came out today that it actually has gone into the federal court of appeal, meaning that it's getting legal now.
So here's what I'm advising the people that I'm working with now.
Yeah.
Like, this whole thing is just a game of chess.
Right.
You make a move, the other side makes moves, or your opponent. And remember, it's a game.
Right.
It's not to be taken too seriously.
Right.
It is life or death, in my opinion. It is.
But don't take it seriously.
Well, but play and be fun about it, because
right.
I mean, you can't force other people to play the game the way that you want them to play.
Can't. No, you can't.
So you can't. That's what I mean by don't take it too seriously.
Right. Right.
As it relates to your own health, take it very seriously.
Yes.
But that's, going back to the 7-foot bubble theory. You're taking care of yourself. You can't help other people take care of themselves.
We're about yourself.
That's it.
Right.
That's the magic.
Yeah. But in a way, that's kind of like, sounds selfish. Sounds like, oh, well, then I don't care about anybody else.
It does. But the old idiom, you got to put the oxygen mask on yourself
first.
That's
right. Before you put
you
it
have
on.
to make sure you're well. You have to make sure you understand the rules. You have to make sure you are taking care of your vessel.
Yep.
Before you can even begin to worry about other people.
Sage advice. And that was Matt, by the way. You got to worry about yourself. That was Quantum Conscious for sure. It's your game, your choice, and how you choose to play, for sure. And this is how we're coming to the point where we have to be a solution oriented movement, because like Matt says, like Quantum Conscious says, Matt, one of my favorite channels, he says, although I'm totally banned when I comment, like doesn't matter. I'm on Instagram. When I tried to comment on me, I am not allowed to be mentioned. And then twat, it doesn't matter. No one can mention me on Instagram because no one will see it. But the thing is, they don't understand. I spent my whole life getting rejected. So bring it, bitch, bring it. It's okay with that. I'm bring that, because it won't ever go away. And the ones that see this will infect society in the most beautiful way. But I want to focus more, like you said, on the solution oriented. And that's why you know a lot about the legalities about it all, and us stepping into our sovereignty and stop complaining about what's happening, because we're not going to wake people up anymore. Don't you think it's kind of...
No, in fact, now I think is a great time to talk about the bigger solution.
Yes, the bigger, right? Let's not say the final solution, because that's Bill Gates.
But I want to put and encourage other people to put less energy into resisting this nonsense.
That's right.
And more energy into potential solutions.
Yes.
And some of those solutions are that we need to, in our local communities, we need to start beginning to gather other people who are like-minded and have solutions.
Right.
So like with some of the clients I'm representing right now, like the fire district in our local community,
Firemen.
These firemen that don't want to sit on the whoopee cushion are saying to their employers,
not going to do it.
Well, none of this information is any of your business. And if that employer, if that district pushes back, we need to be able to say, you know what? I'm going to work with this group over here who is all about non-vaccinated firemen.
That's it.
Or healthcare workers, right? We need to create in our communities
an area where we can go where the ones that are willing to stand up are not just fired and like removed from society. They come together and create their own society.
That's exactly right. Because there are plenty of people right now today who would rather not deal with any of this nonsense and worry about those things.
That's right.
And just show up and get healthcare, medical care, support from their local community, and not be questioned about any of their private business.
Yes. And the directive of listening to the other side, they're saying, well, these are just people that don't want to be told what to do. They're just people that don't want to be told what to do. That's why they don't take the whoopee cushion. They just don't want to be told. But the thing is, I like to listen to that side because I was listening to Howard Stern. He was like, they just don't want to be told what to do. No one has called Howard Stern like me and actually brought with the facts and gone.
That's because he has screeners for his calls. He's not going to allow that question.
No, it will never be. They just got the guy calling, well, they just don't want to be told what to do. And then Robin Quivers is like, well, they're told that they cannot smoke in a bar. They cannot. I'm like, no one walks into a bar and says you need to smoke to go into this bar. That's the difference. It's not about people going, I don't want you to tell me what to do. It's about my body. Why do you think right here? What are these things called? What are these things called? Right here and right here. Temples. Temples. You think they haven't been telling us our whole life subconsciously that your body is a temple? Acknowledge the fact that your body is divine and you are walking spirit, having a human experience. So this is a temple, and honor it as such.
It's the temple that houses your spirit.
That's right. And you know what? If you do choose to take it, that's your journey, that's your soul's journey, and that's fine. I'm tired of trying to make people see that this is not just about a whoopee cushion. It's not. It's so much more. It's literally you deciding what's important to you and you making an conscious decision.
And then sticking up for yourself. Like you can't expect somebody else to do it. You can't expect that there's going to be some magic agreement, some magic code that the attorney's going to write for you, or your employer is going to agree to. You have to be empowered to stand up for yourself and know that you do not have to be in agreement with other people, nonsensical rules, nonsensical regulations, and all these things that they're trying to push upon you, and say, no, that's not what's right for me. That's not good for my body. And I'm not going to let you discriminate against me because I'm making my own choice that's different than yours.
Exactly. And I think that we have one chance to stand up and say right now, there's a distraction going on, meaning we can just continue the same old routine. Look at this. I'm done showing evidence. Like I've realized that I can't keep showing evidence. Now I need to combine forces with someone like him and people that are in your community that actually feel the same way you do, and then get together
band together.
Yeah, every Wednesday
Lock
night.
Arms. Yeah,
Monday
exactly.
night, every Wednesday night. Just say Wednesday night, and you could do it on. You use their tools like Facebook community, local group, and call it. We just want to discuss the JAAB. We just wanted, for people
I'm
who
just going to throw this out there. I don't know if it's going to catch,
it.
But some of the people I'm working with right now, I call it the unvaxxed tribe, right?
Right.
Like, I mean,
that's
who we are.
Yeah.
I mean, people that are choosing not to be vaccinated, not to sit on the whoopee cushion,
Yeah.
We're forming a tribe, and we need to support each other. We need to encourage each other, because we're the ones that are being discriminated against.
That.
And it feels lonely when you're out there by yourself. So if we kind of connect arms, lock in with each other, we present.
But I feel like if you say the unvaccinated, I've been driving people around. Most of them are vaccinated, and now we're friends. So I feel like it's.
That's a
I
good
don't.
point.
I don't
I
want.
get it.
I don't want to divide.
And there's many
I-
people that may have
yeah.
already taken the vaccination.
Yeah. So I just want to
that
say
are
that.
still in agreement with what we're talking about.
Right. So I'd rather say.
I'm glad that you're
right.
drawing attention.
I would rather say so a get together of let's question things, or how about our new world order or our new reality, or let's create together. Like, we're birthing into a new consciousness, and we just need to find each other and then bond together. Because if you've ever read the book Power versus Force, Power
one of my
versus Force is
favorites.
huge. David Hawkins, Power versus Force. That means that someone like me or you or anybody that has a high vibration in their life. Oh my God, he's gonna bring this. Oh my God, he has it. Oh my God. he
Well, I
has
mean,
it.
it's only fitting because it's kind of black and white.
He
It's a
actually
black
has
and white
it.
issue.
He has
You
it.
know what I mean?
Boom, 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 boom. Power versus Force. So what it says in this book, one of the things that's so powerful is that one person can walk into a room and raise the consciousness of that room, right? One person can walk into a room and raise the consciousness by so much, where you could have 1 million followers on YouTube and the consciousness is not raised. That's why I realized, I told them last night that I had someone that worked for YouTube, and he looked up my stuff and he went, they let you go one night when I did a little bit of a research on the Sunspot Observatory in LA, and they just let it go. And I had 35,000 in 1 hour. And I think that made YouTube go, okay, we got to shut her fucking face up, but we can't make it obvious. So the point is,
We're gonna read.
I have
that.
more about with 31 people listening. That's 31 on the vibrational scale. That is a large amount of people that are all in a larger frequency vibration that will lift the consciousness way more than 1 million people just looking at Kim Kardashian's dress. Like, it's a different frequency. It's a different frequency. So it's asking us to raise that, and also to not give up and not care about numbers or who likes you or who doesn't like you. It's all good. It's fine. It's absolutely not about that.
And let me speak to that real quick. I'm not here about who likes my opinion or to gain followers, but if you know anybody who wants help resisting sitting on the whoopee cushion, or whatever we want to call this nonsense, somebody whose family is struggling because they're dealing with whether they can keep their job or not because they have to make a decision about this, that's who I want to encourage. That's who I want to help.
Yep.
And finances are not going to be an issue in this. We'll figure out a way to cover any and all who want help, because this is a matter of our community, our culture, and the world going forward without caving into the nonsense of the lies being fed to us by the rhetoric of the government, licensed individuals who we have been paying and bowing down to, who tell us they're telling us the best practices of the profession. That's all nonsense.
Right.
I mean, common sense tells you to listen to this rhetoric right now.
It says we can't help them. It's too late. So what do you say to that?
I agree. Well, I agree. So, that's the balance. I'm not here to try and change everybody's mind. I'm here to empower those who get it.
Right.
I mean, I logic, common sense, ethnic background, religion, financial background, education, none of those things seem to make the difference as it relates to who understands what's going on in today's world and who doesn't. And so those who don't, in my opinion, are stuck running the program that we've been trained on, that society has been giving us for years and years and years, and we've been paying for in our education. And then there's others that have figure, and I don't know what the magic is. I don't know how some get it and some don't, but some, and I like to think of myself in this category, we've broken out of that program.
Right. Right.
And so
that brings another level of the game where we are faced with shame and people looking at us weird and being banned socially and even on the internet.
Yeah, but we need to get over that.
Yeah, but
real
someone
quick.
says for Limerl says the focus to me is a transcendental mindset akin to meditation. Yet while one is living, working, interacting, the self-disciplined perception of the you as a spirit being perceiving from outside. That's a very deep comment.
Well, it's just truth.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And I mean,
because the more that the society is trying to make us focus on the outside, what you were saying earlier tonight is we need to look at life and go, we are creating this. So we need to look at what we're creating, how much we're giving our tokens, our soul tokens, as Matt says, our soul tokens. Where are you putting your energy?
Yes. And if you're giving your energy over to fear,
mm-hmm.
if you're giving your energy over to resistance, if you're giving your energy over to fighting, I'm not saying those aren't valid things to give your energy to.
Legit.
But they're not solution based.
And when someone says, I need a non-whoopie cushion community with a chiropractor, acupuncture, massage. So we're all wanting that, Mario. We're all wanting that. But then why don't you focus your energy on creating? So then put something out that says, hey, I'm going to have a gathering next Wednesday with people that are interested in healing and moving forward without the bias of the whoopee cushion or not the whoopee cushion. Like
I got a massage table right over here in the room here.
See?
And Mario, if you've got people that can come here and share that energy and that love, I got space for it. I mean,
well, Mario, create it in your own community. Like that's what I think we're saying is that we need to focus on don't be a victim of the mentality of what they're trying to push in your face.
No
the
fear.
more someone wants me to
phrase.
see, yeah.
I would love for that mantra to come
Right?
back. Yeah, I was thinking about that just the other day.
Yeah, but Rachel has fantastic. It's nice to meet you, Mario. You're Mario. It's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nikias. It's not. His name isn't Mario, but it totally cool. What's your name again?
Chancellor Flo.
The Chancellor Flo. I call him Birdman.
Yeah, well,
but
whatever.
Absolutely. What's the guest name? Birdman. Yes. But you don't need a clinic to heal yourself. Mandela Mile. What we're trying to figure out, because there's like 5 of us in Sedona. I mean, really, that I know, and the rest is not. So what?
The bird tribe's a little bigger than that. But,
okay,
but not much.
Okay. Yeah. But what I'm just saying, we need to like create every Wednesday night, let's get together and just create and talk about solutions, because we're so involved and society and the world wants us to get distracted in the fear-based, whatever it is. So
not going to happen.
Yeah, not going to happen.
We're going to raise the vibration.
We're raising the vibration.
We're going to bring good.
Boom.
Yeah. When is it? Wednesday nights? Is that when we're going to start doing it?
Wednesday nights.
Music night.
We're
going to bring a little fun vibe.
Absolutely.
Get you going on a little.
Absolutely.
What do you call that? 6-string guitar.
Yeah, it's a guitar lately. We're
guitar
gonna actually bring.
Spinner's going to be doing little tricks for us. We're going to be bringing all kinds of good things going on here.
But the point is, find someone in your community, like reach out to people, because they are there and they're afraid to say something. And I'm not just saying who got the jab, who didn't get the whoopee cushion, whatever. I'm saying just in general, we need to reach out to each other, connection, because whether you got it or you didn't is not the point. What the point is you got to have a community base offline that you actually have someone that you can call, you can hang out with, you can be like, I'm having a tough day, I have to reach out. So we meaning me, I have turned to the internet for support. My YouTube channel has given me so much support and so much love and got me through death of my dog and the whole chemtrail thing, all of that. You guys have been there. But now I think it's time to up level and find the people in your community. Be open about it. Just say, hey, I'm looking for support. Just find a connection with 2 or 3. That's it. Where 2 or 3 are gathered. That's a biblical verse right there. Where 2 or 3 are gathered. You should actually come together. And once you are, then, where 2 or 3 are gathered, it's so powerful. The vibration is lifted so much that you can't,
It's not resistible.
nope,
We're gonna make a difference.
you can't ignore it.
So
So hold on. Let's, we're just gonna play something for a second that I think.
okay, you got a song? If you don't, I got a beautiful one.
It's all right. You bring, watch this and try not to feel something. By the way, this is a good opportunity for everyone to figure out if you're a zombie or not, or if you're a robot or not, or if you have a soul. This will let you know. If you feel nothing when you see this, you'll know.
Spirit lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior.
Out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, and oceans deep. My faith will stand.
Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Where peace makes all our fears around me, you never failed, and you won't stop now.
Spirit lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit lead me, Spirit lead me, Spirit lead me. Take me deeper, take me deeper, take me deeper into you.
So we're gonna say goodnight.
Wait, hold on.
Oh my god, I know. I'm like, I watch that without literally every single time I watch it, I cry. It's one of the most beautiful things I've. Oh, you lost.
Wow.
You look
There I
That's
am.
your actual face.
You did that on purpose. Stop.
I did it. I'm not doing anything on
that.
purpose. I don't know how.
Yeah. Well, I don't have
You
any.
really do
I
look
don't.
at
I don't
deep-
have
look
anything
at-
to hide with our guests, with our friends.
They just give you more eyebrows. Amen.
I'm
Yes.
just blessed to be a part of this journey and to encourage everybody
That's
to take care of their own 7-foot pub.
Thought we should only have a 5 pub. Five. Understand that what you see, like we're like this, and then we go like this, and I go, oh, look, now I'm my real face. Wait, I'll get my look. Understand that because this world is an illusion, you have to find out what's true for yourself, right? So he's like this, and then he's like that, and there's a, you know what I mean? Like it's, yeah, you know, oh my God, the veil is lifting. The veil is. The point is, the veil is lifting for everyone, and so understand that what you see on the internet or anything, just tune in, get a stronger sense with your spiritual connection with God than anything else. Therefore, nothing can mess with you. Not a cartoon, not a green screen, not a this.
So, Mr. President, your green screen is showing. Act natural. I'll just be over here.
I love it. He's never seen any of my little clips, so I love that. I have an actual person reacting to my little moments of.
Yeah, well, you're doing it to me over here. Like I'm all real.
I know, but what I'm
not
saying
supposed
is
to
like
be.
you're actually laughing to my clips.
Well,
I've never had a
yes.
live reaction to my clips ever. I've just had people go LOL on that last clip.
Yeah. So you know, y'all just check out this book, order this book.
that's true.
It's the beginning of understanding. It's the beginning of the understanding of the vibrational, measurable issues that we're facing right now.
And solutions.
And the solutions.
because-
So we look forward to talking to you. I look forward to talking to you. again on the
100%.
next
And
show.
remember that we are what? We're the 99%. And by the way, when I posted this first, I just want YouTube to know, because we're still live on YouTube. I wanted them to know that they were sued by somebody posting a let's just say a protest, because they took down the protest. So YouTube lost billions of dollars because they were sued, because there's no reason to take down a protest. So I also had my channel removed from this, but now that they were sued, I am very, very happy to end this live stream with this, because it's kind of come full circle, because now I can post this and YouTube can't do anything about it. And Brand YouTube as well. Brand YouTube supports this, by the way, but always know every single Sunday I will be here. Remember Sunday morning. I will always be on Brand New Tube.
It is Saturday night. Do you mean Sunday morning?
I know. I'm just letting you know that if I get removed tomorrow, because they take down channels. Like
Got
that.
it.
If I'm gone and you can't find me on YouTube, Brand New Tube, Sunday morning at noon every single week. Just a quick check to Sunday morning.
It's out of your quiver. You're not ruling anything out.
Good morning. Sunday morning. We have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. Good morning. Sunday morning. We have a responsibility. We take.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
laughing
Now
at
I
that.
get it. Now I
He's
get
laughing
it.
at
So
that. I finally have a
we'll
live
be
person laughing.
back on track.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
We have a responsibility.
That's right.
To you.
That's right. And remember, we're the 99% and they're the 1%. So who has more power? Boom! Here's how you drop the mic and end the stream. Go Britain. Go Europe. Go England, because this is a protest. We are the 99%. 2, 3, and go.
We are the 99%. There'll be blue skies when the chemtrails are all gone. There'll be blue skies when the chemtrails are all gone. There'll be blue skies when the chemtrails and their evil contrails. Blue skies when the chemtrails are all gone. You just get your coronavirus on your arm. You just get your coronavirus on your arm. You just get your coronavirus. You don't get coronavirus. Still your coronavirus on your arm. You can bring it out 99%. your poison vaccine. Stick your poison vaccine. Stick your poison vaccine up your arm. Stick it way on 99%. Stick it way on 99%. Stick it way on 90. Stick it way on 90. Way on 99%. I'd rather be a human than a slave. I'd rather be a human than a slave. I'd rather be a human. Don't you know that you can rather be a human than a slave? We are 99%. We are 99%. Sing it, we are 90. Together we are mighty. We are 99%. Order up your arms. You can stick and you will order up your arms. You can stick and you will order. Stick and you will order. Stick and you will order.
So, you comfortable? Yeah,
If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know it, clap your motherfucking hands. If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know it, clap your motherfucking hands. If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know it, and you really motherfucking wanna motherfucking show it. If you're motherfucking happy and you motherfucking know it, clap your motherfucking hands. If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know it, clap your motherfucking hands. If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know it, clap your motherfucking hands. If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know it, and you really motherfucking wanna motherfucking show it. If you're motherfucking happy and you motherfucking know it, clap your motherfucking hands.
Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white from the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7, fabricate a problem, made a lie. Step 8, put it on the news every night. Step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design.
Okay. Hey, did you want my attention? Sorry, was being like this not close enough?
I took a nap. It was a very good nap. I had a lot of things to do today, but you know what I did instead? I took a nap. It was a very good nap. I had a lot of things to do today, but you know what I did instead? I took a nap. It was a very good nap. I had a lot of things to do today, but you know what I did instead? I took a nap. It was a very good nap.